and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Hope Malone and I'm the big cheese at Ham and Cheese Events. Today we're going to make a red wine marinade for a pot roast or a chuck roast. Actually, this is a wonderful marinade for any type of beef. So the items that we're going to need, obviously your meat. Today I have a chuck roast. We have salt, kosher salt, chopped garlic. I have crushed red pepper, an herbes de Provence or an Italian seasoning if you prefer, an olive oil, pepper, red wine vinegar, a red wine, and you always want to make sure that you have a good red wine. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, but you want it to be something that you can and want to drink. Cheap wine makes for cheap food. And a Worcestershire sauce, just a dash. You'll also need measuring spoons, measuring cups, and a Ziploc bag. So to get started, we're going to take our Ziploc bag, and actually I like to keep it into a roasting pan so that in case we do get a leak, then we have a pan that will be able to hold all the juices that we make. So let's start first with our base so that we can get things moving. I've got a red wine, and I prefer a Cabernet Sauvignon. We're going to take 1/3 of a cup of red wine into the bag, and about 4 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. The red wine vinegar is actually going to assist the red wine in breaking down the meat. And what we do with the marinade, it actually helps break down the fat content. But because the vinegar is so strong, you don't want to put too much in here, and let your red wine do all the work. I'm actually only going to do 2 tablespoons. I like to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and for this I'm just going to do 1 teaspoon. That's going to bring in some extra flavors and a little robust that actually complements the red wine and the red wine vinegar very well. Let's put some olive oil. I like to do 3 tablespoons. The olive oil is going to help emulsify everything and actually cling to your meat. This you can eyeball. If you do a little too much, a little less, it's okay. Then we want to move on to our dry ingredients. I like to do my herbes de Provence, and with that I'm going to actually do 2 teaspoons. And this is going to help make and firm up your marinade so that it actually will stick and give you flavor to stick to your meat. Crushed red pepper, that is completely yours. I like to do a little bit of zest in it, so I'm just going to do a pinch of crushed red pepper. That enhances your flavors. A pinch of salt as well. Only a pinch because you've got the Worcestershire sauce that's going to have some salt in it, and you don't want to over salt your meat. And I like to do fresh crushed pepper. That 8 turns is going to give you a little more than a teaspoon. And finally, 1 tablespoon of crushed or chopped garlic in oil. Once we get all this in the bag, we're simply going to mix it in the bag. Gently move it about. And I think we're ready to add our meat. The meat has been defrosted for 2 days in the refrigerator, and it's been in a plastic bag. So we'll take it and simply drop it in your marinade, dispose of your Ziploc bag, and make sure that you've got your meat is being coated completely. It doesn't have to have so much marinade that it swims. Really, just as long as it has a nice coating, that's all that you need. I see people that make 5 and 6 cups of marinade. You just don't need that much. So once you've got a nice coating, lay your beef flat And if you fold it in half, that's actually going to take all the air out of it so that you don't have air pockets. So we've sealed it. We've got a flat surface. We're keeping it in our roasting pan. And we're going to keep this in here for up to 6 to 8 hours. You actually could do it overnight if you prefer. Minimum 1 hour. And we're going to place this into the refrigerator. And my name is Hope Malone. I'm the big cheese at Ham and Cheese Events. And today I've showed you how to make a marinade out of red wine and red wine vinegar.